Hi, I'm Robin Chestnut, professional juggler. I'm here to teach you how to juggle today. We're going to juggle 3 balls just like this, but we're going to break it down step by step. And normally when I teach people how to juggle, I only have about 5 or 10 minutes with them, and then we need to move on. But now, with the magic of the internet, you have all the time in the world to learn, and I can teach you with as much details as possible. So soon you'll be juggling like a pro. Before we get started, we're going to cover form or body position. Most people don't cover this because they don't know about it, and that's fine. Plant your feet, toes even, knees slightly bent, back straight with your weight right over the center of your feet and your hands back here at your sides. You don't want them out here juggling with your front deltoid. Your hands are too slow. You want to be back here juggling with very short throws, and that means a straight throw up in the air and fast hands as well. You're juggling more with the biceps. So hands back here, really important. With one ball, you're just going to toss the ball up and down, back and forth. Look directly at it in the air, but don't watch it land in your hand. If you're watching the ball land in your hand, it'll be very difficult with 2 balls. So get really comfortable with this. Do like 100 throws comfortable, so you're not moving your feet, reaching for the ball. Because I want you to be super comfortable before we move on to 2 balls, we're going to learn a few basic tricks. First trick is just under the arm, under the arm, under the arm, under the arm. That's the first one. Do a good 20 throws, we'll move on to the next one. Under the leg, under the leg, under the leg. You still want the ball to go head height, and you want to make a nice throw so you're not moving around and reaching for it too much. Next one, under the opposite leg. Opposite leg, opposite leg, opposite leg, opposite leg. Trick number 4, we're going to flip our hands over and learn to claw. So you're going to throw and catch that way. Throw and catch, throw and catch. Still want it to go about head height. You can catch it gently at first, and then you can really grab down on it and fly. Last easy trick, trick number 5. Both hands above the head. Drop your hand down so you can look at the back of your hand, and then just straighten your arm. Straighten your arm, straighten your arm, back and forth. So you're throwing and catching from a different position, and that looks great for an audience. Do 3 less easy tricks. The first one, call it a monkey catch. Some people have different names for it. But drop your hand down to your side, turn your hand or your thumb towards your leg until your hand is inside out, and you have to make a really accurate throw now. Keep your arm straight, make a catch down there. Do it on the other side, catch down there. Try to do that a number of times. I'm not going to promise it's going to be easy right away, but if you keep at it, it will be. Okay, next trick, going to be a good one. It's behind the back. Give this a shot. And the trick to this one is don't move your torso. The rule is that the hand moves around the body doesn't move around the hands. So you don't want to be leaning on each throw, because that'll throw things off for you. Last not so easy trick, it's called a shoulder throw. You're going to drop your shoulder in a wee bit to get the right angle, and the ball comes over and crosses. You catch it with the other hand. Drop the right shoulder, drop the left shoulder. Right, left. Remember to be super comfortable with 1 ball before you move on to 2. Click like and share, and we'll see you in the next video, where we'll learn to juggle 2 balls, and you can continue to practice like a pro. All right, we're going to learn some moves with 2 balls in this video, but quick review. Plant your feet, toes even, knees slightly bent, back straight, hands at your sides, not too far out in front, back here. First move with 2 balls, under the arm. Throw under the arm, and then 2 is normal. Under the arm, 2 is normal. Under the arm, 2 is normal. Do a good set of 10 on that side, then start with the other hand. Under the arm, 2 is the normal one. Under the arm, and 2. Under the arm, and 2. Do a set of 10, and we'll get to the next trick. Under the legs. First one goes under the leg, then 2. Under the leg, then 2. Under the leg, then 2. Be sure to learn it on the other side as well. Do a set of 10. Under the leg, then 2. under the leg, and 2. Under the leg, and 2. Third trick, under the opposite leg. The opposite leg, and 2. Some of you might find this easier. Under the leg, and 2. Under the leg, and 2. Okay? Under the leg, 2. Leg, and 2. Starting with the left hand, under the leg, and 2. Fourth trick, flip your hands over. You're going to throw and catch both as a claw. Throw and catch, claw, claw. Throw and catch, claw, claw. Starting with the right hand, starting with the left hand. Starting with the right, starting now with the left hand. Left hand. Do this in sets rather than alternating back and forth. So then you're concentrating on doing the same thing each time. Fifth trick. Over the head. I'm going to drop one hand, then drop the other. 1, 2. 1, 2. 1, 2. 1, 2. Okay, start with the left hand as well. 1, 2. 1, 2. Okay, with 2 balls, you're learning what I like to call a throw and a catch. If you start with the right hand, the left hand is doing the work, and it's got to do a throw and a catch right away. So that's what you're practicing. A throw and a catch. A throw and a catch. A throw and a catch. And your left hand is doing the work. Now, you can put a different amount of space in here. You can wait until the ball is almost in your hand, and then throw, or you can throw a little bit sooner. So your 1, 2 either slows down or speeds up. You go 1, 2, or you can go 1, 2, 1, 2. I really recommend you play with that timing in between, and you'll get super comfortable juggling 2 balls. Here are some slightly less easy tricks with 2 balls. First one would be behind the back, and then 2 is normal. Behind the back, 2 is normal. Behind the back, 2 is normal. You'll notice I match the heights on the ball, so my timing is the same. Okay, next one. Behind the back and 2. Behind the back and 2. Try to keep your torso still. Behind the back and 2. Now we'll do this the hard way. I'm going to throw the first one normal, and the second one goes behind the back. Okay, first one, and then second behind the back. This is the harder version, but you need to learn both. Next trick, over the shoulder, and then 2. Over the shoulder, and 2. Over the shoulder, and 2. Shoulder, and 2. Other side, shoulder, and 2. Shoulder, and 2. Shoulder, and 2. The hard way. For this one, for the monkey catch, the second throw is going to be where the trick happens. First throw will just be normal. So I'll be doing it on my right side. Throw normal, and the second one is the catch. Throw normal, the second one is the catch. Okay, other side. And here's the tougher version. All right, I know not all of those were easy. We're going to try just 4 more before we move on to 3 balls. First one is the outside toss. Normally, we toss to the inside of the incoming ball. We toss to the inside, but we're going to throw to the outside of the ball. Try that for a good set of 10. Starting with the right hand now, goes to the outside. Outside. Normally it would be inside, and we're doing outside throws. Outside throws. Trick number 2, falling out because they fall to the outside. 1, 2. You're going to put 2 in one hand, and you're just going to throw 1, 2. When the ball gets to the top, throw the next one. 1, 2, and catch them. 1, 2, and catch them. If you can do that 10 times, try 1, 2, 3. Add throws very slowly. So you're catching, learning to start and end 2 balls in one hand. Learn it on the other side as well. 1, 2, 1, 2. Next one, columns, two in one hand. 1, 2, 1, 2. So they stay in their own column. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. Left hand. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. Last trick. This ball is going to go straight up, and I'm just going to hand this one over and then hand it back before this one gets down. Okay? Thanks for practicing all the 2-ball tricks. In the next video, we're going to cover the 3-ball flash and how to juggle 3 balls. I look forward to seeing you again then. Feel free to click like and share if this has been helpful, and continue to practice like a pro. Three-ball juggling. Quick review. Plant your feet, toes even, knees slightly bent, back straight, hands to sides. We're going to cover 3-ball juggling, but with this video I hope you've warmed up with 1, 2 before you start your 3 balls. Try all those tricks that we taught you in the previous video as well. Let's get on to 3-ball juggling. When you catch all 3, 1, 2, 3, it's called a flash. Before, when you're doing the 1, 2, 1, 2, if you did it right, that second ball is up in the air at the right time for you to throw this 3rd ball in this hand. So it's 1, 2, count to 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. Okay, once you can do the flash, a good 10 in a row, 10 sets of these, just practice throwing and stopping, starting and stopping. Then do 4 throws. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. And I'd recommend always starting with always start with the hand that has 2 in it. And for now, always start with that same hand as well. So if you run into problems, you know where that problem is going to be. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Do 10 of those before moving on to 6 throws. 6 throws is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Once you've caught 6 catches, that means you've qualified. You've officially juggled. Congratulations. Once you can juggle for 6 catches, and you can do that a number of times, at least 10 times in a practice, then try to go for your record. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, as long as you can. And keep counting your throws. If you want to get better at something, you measure how well you're doing. And with juggling, that means counting your throws. Remember, when you're juggling 3 balls, keep your feet planted. If the balls go too far away, just let them drop. Take notice of the feedback that the prop is giving you. The feedback is, I've thrown it too far, I need to make better throws. And just go pick it up and start again. 1, 2, 3, until you can throw nice and comfortably, without reaching, without moving your feet, and then you're ready to move on. So once you can consistently juggle for a good 30 catches, not only do you qualify for an IJA pin, an International Jugglers Association pin, but it's time to start learning tricks. And we're going to learn those tricks in the next video. I'll show you how to practice those tricks. So click like and share if this has been helpful. And we'll see you in the next video when we're going to continue to practice like a pro. I'm Robin Chestnut with the Juggling Guild. In this video, now that you can juggle 3 balls fairly comfortably, we're going to start learning tricks. One of the benefits of starting to learn tricks is that your 3 balls gets even more comfortable. So the first trick that we're going to learn is the claw. Okay? So you're just going to claw down on 1, go back to the juggle. Claw down on 1, go back to the juggle. And if you can do this even once on your first practice, then you're doing great. Okay, the next step, if you can do this once in a practice, aim to do it 3 times in a practice. Of course, try to learn both sides equally. Just catch it, get back to the juggle. Catch it, get back to the juggle. The next step with the claw is to claw the same ball as it comes around each time. So it's the same ball and I'm clawing, and try to do 10 in a row. If it's not quite in a row, don't worry, just try to get 10 good ones in your practice. And make sure you learn it on the other side. That ball, here comes again, there it is, and there it is. Same ball every time. The next step with the claw is to claw every other throw. So I make a regular throw and then a claw throw, or a claw catch. Regular and a claw. And do that for 10 times. Do 10 on the other side as well. One regular, one claw. The next step is to do 2 claws in a row, right, left. Go back to the juggle. Right, left, back to the juggle. Right, left, back to the juggle. Also, then do left, right. Try to do 10 in one practice session. Left, right. Back to the juggle, left, right. Left, right. And do 4 catches in a row. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. And in this way, you're learning to get into the pattern and get out of it. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. And then 6 throws. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay, let's repeat it again, that whole sequence with over the top. Okay, juggle normal, just throw 1 over the top, go back to the pattern. 1 over the top, go back to the pattern. 1 over the top, get back to the pattern. Don't worry if it's not too smooth yet, just keep practicing it until you can do that fairly comfortably. Do it on the other side, on the other side, on the other side. Okay? Then you're going to do it with the same ball coming around each time, goes over the top. Try to get 10 good ones. You'll get super comfortable with it. And do every other throw. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Okay, other hand. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And so on up to 10. Okay, then do 2 in a row. 1, 2. 1, 2, back to the juggle. 1, 2, back to the juggle. 1, 2, back to the juggle. 1, 2, 3, 4, back to the juggle. 1, 2, 3, 4, back to the juggle. 4, back to the juggle. A set of 10. Then do 6 throws. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And notice that there's not too many drops, right? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Back to the juggle. But when you try to just go for the whole pattern all at once, and you don't really learn it all that well, you just get frustrated dropping over and over. So you want to learn it in small increments, and soon you'll be practicing like a pro. We can learn behind the back this way as well. So juggle, 1 behind the back, keep going. 1 behind the back, keep going. If this is too difficult at first, drop back down to 2 balls and make sure you're super comfortable with it, and go from there. And then try to do the same ball coming around each time. So you can do 10 of those. Keep your torso still for this one. 10 of those. 10 on the other side. 10 on the other side. 10 on the other side. And then every other ball is a behind the back throw. You're getting faster and smoother at it. Right? Every other ball. And then 2 in a row. 1, 2, back to the juggle. 1, 2, back to the juggle. 1, 2, back to the juggle. With the left hand. 1, 2, back to the juggle. Starting with the left hand. 1, 2, back to the juggle. Don't worry about drops. Just do a good set of 10. And 1, 2, 3, 4, back to the pattern. 1, 2, 3, 4, back to the pattern. 3, 4. And do that for a set of 10. Get very good at it, very quick. Remember, 10 in a row or it's not the show. Okay, back in video 3, we showed you a whole bunch of moves. Let's show them to you again right here, but with 3 balls. So onto the legs, onto the opposite leg, opposite leg, opposite leg, onto the arm, under the arm, onto both arms at the same time. We did behind the back. We did monkey juggle. We did clawing. And we did over the head. And we'll learn that in the next video. So for now, you've learned to juggle 3 balls, you've learned a whole bunch of tricks. We're going to get into a few more tricks in the next video, so I hope you join me then. Feel free to click like and share, and we'll see you in the next video when we'll continue to practice like a pro. Hi, I'm Robin Chestnut with the Juggling Guild. Today I'm going to assume that you can juggle up 3 balls for about 30 catches, which means you can juggle. You're a juggler, way to go. So this time we're going to cover multiplex throws, or throwing 2 balls at the same time. And we'll also cover throwing 2 balls at the same time using both hands and how that works into the 3-ball pattern. Before we get started, a quick review of form. Plant your feet, put them on, put your toes on a line so they're even, knees slightly bent, back straight. And it's really important, hands back here. You're making short, small throws, not big, long baseball throws, more like darts. One short throw is going to be more accurate, and your hands are going to be faster, super important. So the first trick that we're going to do is called 4-6. One ball goes to a 4-ball height, the other ball goes to about a 6-ball height up here. So it looks like this, just like that. And here's how it works into the pattern. Toss them both, and then you throw in between the 2 as they're coming down. And you're back into the pattern. The left side looks like this. Next one, we can do it the other way and add a throw across. So if you start on that side, then you hand one across. Before they come down, you can throw in between them. So it looks like this. Throw, hand across, and back into it. We've covered 4-6. Now we're going to cover the first multiplex throw. On this one, the top ball, the ball furthest away from you, is going to go up and to the other side. So it's going to be the high throw. This one's going to be the low throw, coming back to the same hand. So it's a bit of a flick of the wrist to the inside, and off they go. And the way it works into the pattern is you just throw in between the balls as they come down. Learn it on both sides. So you get that high one, crossing, and throw in between, you're back into the pattern. Next one, we're going to switch, and the high one's going to come back to the same hand. And the low one's going to go across. And this is where we hand the ball across and throw in between the pattern. We want to learn it on both sides. Right? So the throw twisted out so the high one goes to the top. Throw in between. Third one, it's called stacking. So you're going to throw them up and stack the catch. Stack the catch and cross it. Learn it on both sides. So you catch one, make room, catch the other. You could juggle 4 like this. So if you've learned those, now we're going to do a 3-ball start. This one, you're going to throw all 3 up, claw one coming down, and go into the juggling pattern. So with a flick of the wrist, get them all separated nice. Or you can do it behind the back. One last one you could learn, I suppose, and that's throwing the high one across, or throwing the low one across, the high one, you're catching them both in the same hand. The other way. High one goes up, catch one, catch the other. You can work that in as well. So now you've learned the basics of multiplex, or throwing two balls at the same time. Hope you got a lot out of that, and you can continue to practice like a pro. Click like and share, if you liked it and you want to share it. Hi, I'm Rob Chestnut with the Juggling Guild. Before we get started, a quick review of form. Plant your feet, put your toes on a line so they're even, knees slightly bent, back straight, and this is really important, hands back here. You're making short, small throws, not big, long baseball throws, more like darts. Let's get started. We're going to learn a 1-up 360 today, or it used to be called a pirouette. Then we went into geometrical terms, I suppose. You're going to turn 360 degrees around and catch the ball. Here's what it looks like. Juggle, spin around, and catch it. We're also going to cover breaking a trick down, it's called, or deconstruction, or in behavioral psychology terms, it's called chaining. So we're going to learn each link of the chain, and then we're going to put the whole chain together. And it's kind of a shortcut in learning complex things. So the first thing is to just spin around. So what you want to do is you pick a point on the wall. I'm going to use the camera and watch it as long as you can, spin and come back and find your point again. Make sure you're back on that line. Spin just a few times, figure out which way you like to spin. Then we're going to assume that you can juggle and throw one high and return to the juggle. So you want to learn that as well. Juggle, throw one high, return to the juggle. And go again. Okay, so that's the second step. First step, just the spin. Next, do the high throw. Step 3 is just with one ball, can you throw, spin, and catch. Now this is where you need to put it all together in a sense to determine which hand you're going to throw from. Now because I spin this way, I'm going to throw with this hand, and this means my right hand will come around and make the catch. It'll be a crossing throw. My right hand catches it first. If I were to throw from my right and still spin this way, I would have to come all the way around with my left hand, make a throw before catching that high throw, and it's much slower that way. I'll show you the difference. The correct way, so my hand comes around and can make the catch right away, or the slower way, have to go all the way around, two balls, so you make the throw, and there's your entry into the juggling pattern, is making the next throw. It's even more evident if we do it the wrong way. Spin, stop, and then having to throw again. Not quite as good. The very next step is to just start with a high throw and go into the pattern. Or you can do the juggle, do the high throw, and then just make the catch. Putting it all together, we're going to juggle, do the high throw, spin, go back to the juggle. So when you're doing that move, you want to watch the ball up a little ways, take your eyes off of it to do the spin, and then find it on the other side. You can't watch it the whole time, you'll get dizzy, it won't work. And a big mistake is to just make the throw, spin, and then you don't know where it is in the air. Okay? So you want to watch it go up a little bit, but don't watch it at the very top. So one more time. And there we go. So that was the 1-up 360, and you've learned how to break down a trick into its smaller parts, so you can practice those parts individually and then put them all together for the big trick. All that repetition, that's going to make you really proficient, and you won't have to think about it anymore. Hope you got a lot out of that, and you can continue to practice like a pro. If you enjoyed that, click like, and share the video.